I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I
I
am
am California of the
past.
past.
It's very easy to love Southern California, but it takes moving here from someplace else to truly appreciate it. I moved here to a place called Cucamonga from Buffalo, New York about 40 years ago. There's lots of reasons that a person decides to pack up and move from one side of the country to the other. One reason happens to be the weather, and Buffalo has some of the worst weather in the United States. But there was one incident in particular that sticks in my mind as a sign that it was time to get up and go. I only needed to get stuck in the garage once to get the message and realize there might be a better life someplace else. See, in Buffalo, in the wintertime, as you drove around, the underside of your car would become caked with snow and ice, and then when you arrived home, you would back your car into the garage with the front wheels facing the street so that you'd have a running start in the morning. The warmth of the car in the garage would cause the snow and ice to melt and pool on the garage floor underneath the car. Now, the double-edged sword of having the snow and ice melt off the bottom of the car is that as the temperature dropped during the middle of the night, the pool of water underneath the car would turn to a sheet of ice. So you go to sleep with a wet garage floor and wake up in the morning in an ice skating rink. One particularly cruelty about Buffalo winters was that you would frequently wake up to find that Mother Nature had dumped another couple of feet of snow onto the ground, and the drifts were even higher. Being this far north meant that the nights and mornings were bitterly cold, and it was common to awake with the stars in full glow. On this particular morning, when I opened the garage door, I discovered that the snow had drifted so high that only a few inches at the top of the garage was clear, allowing me to see the crystal clear pinpoints of starlight against the still black sky. Now, I only lived a mile and a half from work, but I had my route timed out perfectly and needed to leave immediately, or I would be late for work. So I started up the engine, give it a few minutes to let it warm up, confident that I could plow through the towering wall of snow blocking me in the garage. Now, these were in the days before a seatbelt, so there wasn't any strapping in, but certainly there was a lot of white-knuckle gripping of the steering wheel. I put the car into gear, lean on the gas, and go nowhere. The coating of ice from the garage floor was preventing me from getting any traction and building up any momentum. The end result is that I'm half stuck in 6 feet of snow and half stranded on a sheet of ice in the garage. So the next stop was to get out the snow shovel and start shoveling my way out. I spent an hour and a half shoveling my way from the garage to the street, only to discover that all the main traffic on the roads had stopped, and I turned around and went home. That was enough for me. In 1972, I packed up my wife and 4 kids and moved out here to California. One of the things I've learned is that the chance to leave the wintry cold Rust Belt and move to sunny California, if you get the chance, take the opportunity.